Welcome to another Enjoying Art drawing lesson. Today I'm going to use graphite to show you how to draw a portrait. I'm going to start with a 2H pencil. I have 6H, 2H, 1B, 2B, 4B, and the blending stump and the nitty eraser. Okay, the first thing I'm going to take a look at how much I'm going to draw, where I'm going to draw. Okay, I'm going to take a look at the face. I'm going to have it this big here. Okay, you can change your mind easily at the beginning. Okay, but if you draw deeper and deeper into the process, you may less and less like to make the changes. Okay, the face on this side, just looking at the biggest shape, the biggest. I'm gonna take a look at the face over here. I'm not gonna have it too big. So in that case, I'm gonna move it a little bit lower. I'm gonna move this a little bit higher. So be able to have the whole inside the face in this location. Okay. Don't think about those specific small details such as eyes, nose, and things. And just think about where you're gonna put the whole face. And the hair over here, the hair is about half of the size of the face in here. In that case, I'm probably gonna move this in a little bit more, so that have the hair on the outside and have a little bit like a quarter size of the hair over here. You see that that's all about shapes. And the secret about drawing good portrait is that you draw people, don't think they are people. Okay, here you go. They are all shapes. Okay, here we go. That's good. Like that. And this is the location of this. And I'm gonna thinking about how much I'm gonna draw on the neck and the rest of the elements. Okay. If you're feeling struggle with the fundamental drawing skill, technique, proportion, measurement, take a look at enjoyingart.com homepage. We have some learning program, especially the classical training coming up in the summer. In the summer, it will really help you to solve those problems and give you confidence. Okay, here you go. The hair coming, just like that. This hair coming over here. Here you go. Just think about what are the shape. How you can make the shape look interesting. Okay. You can see this all the way coming up that hit this little curve here. And that's just the curve. There's another shape on the top over here. That's good. Take a look at this. Now you get the large ideas, large shape of the face is sitting in this. You can do the measurement. But for this demonstration, I'm going to measure it with my mind. Okay, that's good. All right, I'm gonna have a little bit more over here coming down. I'm not gonna draw too much at the clothing. And I'm gonna have this relate to the other side. I think that's a little bit too wide. So I'm gonna have it back over here. You go. Always focus, spend the time focusing on the proportion. Okay, that's good. The back over there. That's good, like that. All right, we're going to focus on the face. Okay, this is great. And I think the front over here can come out a little bit. And just comparing between this and the face. Okay, that's like this. Here we go. That's good. I'm using the 2H graphite pencil still. Okay, let's take a look at inside the face over here. We can cut it into the correct proportion. And take a look at where's the middle. And let's not talk about the middle. Over here is this very classic proportion. Start from the hairline over here and to the chin. You can see that there is the nose and the eyebrows. Eyebrows line and the nose. they actually divide the whole face, the vertically, into a third. Okay, here we go, like that. Yeah, always pay attention to this. Is maybe it fit into this third proportion, and this is good. Now I'm gonna take a look at from this eyebrow to this eyebrow, and it has an angle, the angular like this. And lots of our member forgetting we laid the left and the right, and then the tip, the bottom, the tip of the nostril over here, the tip of the nose and the nostrils is right here, and you can see the other side of the nostril should be here, and also this kind of angle, okay, very similar angle over here. And take a look at the mouth, and if this is the bottom of the nose, this would be most likely the top of the mouth. And let's take a look at where's the middle from the bottom of the nose. I think the bottom over the middle over here, that would be the lower border of the lower lip of the mouth. So that means if this is the lower border, and look at that, it's right in the middle. Here you go, like that. And then the corner of the mouth probably over here. So there's the size of the mouth is sitting over here. So from this corner, and when you draw smaller, it's easier to see. A little bit larger, and you need more focus. Okay, from here to here, if this is correct, we already defined this earlier, and the corner of this mouth is right in the middle between this and that is halfway. Okay, it's about right here, like that. Let's put it over there. If it doesn't look right, we can come back to fix it. Okay, that's good. That's for now. We're gonna come back to do more measurement. Okay, here you go. And there's a little curve coming up like this. Okay. And let's take a look at where are going to be the eye line. And I can see that usually is I have a 1/3. I have a whole series of videos. It's called Portrait Fundamental, for Portrait Basics. So you can look for those videos in, and take a look at the over here, the side of the nose is about in this vertical down, so tilted toward the left side, like this, and wrap around to the bottom of the nose. And take a look and think that could be going a little bit more toward the right side. I'm gonna move it a little bit more on this side. Here you go, like this, and there's a little curve coming down here, and it's about 1/3. Okay, you can see that 1/3 from 1, 2, 3, from the nose, from the eyebrow to the nose, and you can divide it into 3, and then you're going to draw this angular line similar to the angular line of the eyebrow. Okay, so this side a little bit lower, this side a little bit higher. Okay, let's see. I'm going to wrap around this with would be the eye on the left side. Don't draw too much. We need to make sure it's the right place, the right size before we draw it. Now take a look at, and on the right side of the eye is about here. It's just from this corner extended up. You can see the eye corner is about right here, and maybe a little bit too wide. We come back a little bit, and here you go, like that. And take a look at from this line to the corner over here, and the inside corner is just halfway. Okay, about halfway over here. Here you go, like that. The inside the eye very much look like a triangle. Okay, let's take a look. that, and the upper eyelid. Okay, now this is pretty good, and the eyebrow, it's just right here and going through. Okay, and if the eye correct, and you're going to define the iris inside over here like that, and on this side the iris sitting right here. Okay, and of course this will be the shape of the eye and the location. And let's take a look at one more time to see if there anything need to be changed. And we definitely need to measure the width and the height, but also inside the elements of the face here, you can use a different vertical line and triangle to measure it. For example, from this corner of the eye to this corner of the eye, you can draw a triangle to the tip of the nose. And whether or not is this right. I think over here, there's nostril coming a little bit more in over here. Like that. That's good. And it looked like after you look at it, look at the mouth need to be a little bit lower somehow. And it looks a little bit too high. So I think the corner over here, we can turn it down a little bit lower. Okay. Right here. A little bit, let's say here, lower. That's good. Like that. Here you go. And the mouth can be opened up a little bit. Okay, that's good. And that's the shape of the lower lip of the mouth. And then lots of people, they draw a very clear line over here. Let's pay attention to the shape. They're not really that clear. And here we go. We're going to draw the T a little bit later, but not at the beginning, so early. Okay. Let's take a look. And we're going to do a quick measurement to see, find out between the left side and the right side compared to the face to see what's the proportion. Interesting. At this point, from here to here, it goes to the tip, the bottom of the chin to the top of this eyebrow. Okay, the top of the eyebrow would be about here, this height. So I'm going to measure, take this, and then move it. So it's a little bit too wide. So the left side, I'm going to define it over here, like that. And then the right side, it would be only here. So that means this need to come in here and turn a little bit and then come down straight. So the face is not really that wide. Okay, this is good. You got to do some measurement between the width and the height. Also, if you have more time, if necessary, you should also continue measure the rest of every big shape. Okay, that's good. About the earring, you don't want to leave the skinny shape, use the eraser a little bit later. Okay, that's good. That. Now the face a little bit narrower. This is pretty good. Now let's continue. So based on this is coming in a little bit, the hair can come in a little bit. Yeah. Coming in over here. And look at from this coming, draw a little bit the back of the neck. Continue coming down over here. That means the back over here, it should be over here. That's it. It's not that wide. That's just good. Okay then, what are we going to do next? We are going to start do a little shading for the bigger shape. Okay, It's good. Okay, now let's look at the shadow side versus the right side. Uh, let's take a look at the shadow side and the light side. Where the shadow side? Okay, the shadow side would be start over here. You can draw the area of the shadow side. Okay, I'm drawing this with this 2H graphite pencil. Here you go, like this, coming over here, and also part of the nose over here, also in the shadow side, like that. Okay, and then the bottom between the nose and the mouth, you can find the area that actually very clear. That, and also inside the mouth over here, this area, also consider the shadow side. And then on the lower lip, start over here, the turn coming down, and this, and see the chin. That's just the shadow side. Yeah, hopefully you see what I'm seeing. And about the reference that we are using, all the references, most of the references actually come from the members family, and so they're not available for anyone to download just from the public place. But if you're a member, just go into our learning center. Right under this video, it will have a reference link, so you can download the reference that I use, and then you can follow me step by step. Okay, this is good. And this don't try to shade it like a make the entire paper surface to be solid. Okay, always leave a little big surface for you to continue to develop later. Okay, there we go. And you can see light side and the shadow side. But also in the entire face, it's not white. The color is not white, right? So I'm gonna also shade it a little bit for the entire face. This will be the foundation. And the neck a little bit darker too. Yeah, actually we did not see all the way through for the shadow side of the neck. You can use a little bit cross hatching, just different angle for the different round of shading. Okay, now this is good. And now I'm going to use the paper towel or the blender. Right now I want to be really soft, so this tissues would be working really well. Just circulate, and everything will become very soft. Sometimes you don't want everything so soft. Sometimes you do as the foundation. Okay, that's good. This is already good. And I'm also going to continue. I'm going to use a B pencil. I'm going to shade the hair area. Okay. And redraw the shape of the hair coming down here. That's good. Right over here, a little curve like that. Go all the way coming down. Still leave a little gap. And on this side, this is the location coming down over here. We're going to use the eraser to create even better impressions of the some hair is at the front. And that's good. Now take a look at the outside shape. Yes, it started a little bit earlier. Coming down, just looking for the bigger shape, and then later looking at smaller shape, looking at the contour of the face. Okay, like that. Good. We may not that much like that much contrast. Okay, here you go. I'm going to use the group of line to shade it. Okay. Don't press the pencils too hard to the paper. Okay, here we go. Now coming down, coming up, continue. And take a look at, compare that eye to this location. You can see this stop here. That's good. Just make the big shape first. Set the correct value. And here you go. That's good. And keep the hair coming down and start over here. Open and take a look at the shape of the hair. This is good. Okay. The graphite pencil and the charcoal has different application and different technique. But the way to seeing the different shapes, different value of the shape, proportion, all those it remain to be the same across all different medium. Okay, that's good. Try to create a little bit darker value for the shape. Here you go. How I'm here over here, coming out here. That's good. Okay, here you go. Draw a little line, make a little bit clear. Yes, that's good. All right. That's good. Like this. Simple line. From a little, somewhere a little bit darker, somewhere a little bit lighter. Okay. Let's take a look at inside over here. We already shaded. So after we shaded, you don't see that actually that dark either, right? Now I'm gonna come in here to make the shadow side even darker. Okay, here you go. And make this a little bit darker. Okay, I'm gonna make the shadow side even darker. Don't draw inside the shadow side, inside the details yet, because after you set the value in the entire area properly, and then you come back to draw the details much easier. Okay, take a look at, need to be darker. And some member thinking about that, oh, this that too dark, especially after you drew all the details, you're more likely say no. If you keep drawing darker in the entire area, you're going to destroy my details. Okay, that is exactly the reason we don't want to draw the details yet, because it will make you not to do the right thing, right? Okay, here a little bit darker. A big shape over here. Everything is about shape. Okay, talk about the scene. That's just good. And I'm gonna have some here coming over here, right outside the chin. Okay, there you go, like that. Okay, right on the neck. There's very much from the corner of the mouth, straight coming down. That would be the shadow area. Okay, like that. And looks like the front of the neck and can be come out a little bit more like this. There you go, that's good. Now seeing this shape, shade it simple, make it dark enough. Okay, the whole neck actually can be a little bit darker. There you go. I'm still using this 1B, just a B graphite pencil. There you go. Okay, let's take a look. We're gonna have to shade the eye area. is also dark. Okay, don't look at the eye. Look at the shape of the eye. Okay, how the shape look. Okay, you got the lower eyelid. This whole side over here is in a shadow. Here you go. Also see the shape coming out the middle over here, coming over here on this side. And also in the forehead, starting over here, there's a shape over there. I'm going to use a lighter pencil. I'm going to use even 6H. So it's not going to be too dark. Just a little bit lighter like this. The harder the pencil will be lighter. That's good. Yeah. And then we don't really need the line in the middle. Erase it. That's good. That's good. I can see also in the middle over here. Also see a little bit darker, like the middle tone. There you go. Now, and on this, I'm going to use the 2H. Take a look at right next to the nose, and there's almost like a right in the middle from the left to the right. And right here, let's take a look. Right here. Let's just do this shape before we're going into make the line in the middle. There you go, like that. There you go, like that. That's good. So the space between here and the eye is less than, it's very much the same space from this lower eyelid to this eye line. Okay, so you can see the proportion a little bit easier and better. So don't look at the darkest color yet. We're going to set the darkest color a little bit later in the process. Okay, that's good. And keep thinking about how can we make, and also the outside over here. I have a little hair over here. And the outside, I'm going to use the 2H. I'm going to outside over here. I'm also going to make a little shader, a little bit softer. So I'm going to have a group of pencil line and making the background a little bit softer. That's good. Now you see the background become a little bit darker. So, and make the edge of the hair and the edge of the shadow. That's a little bit softer too, because the value is very close to the background color. Okay, that's good. Next, I'm going to work into some smaller shapes. And I'm going to use a 2B. Looking at this shape, for example, the bottom of the ears very much line up with the nose, a little bit higher, right here. And this is a little bit darker shape. And here you go, like that. Coming over here, a little bit darker. Here you go. Just use a group of line. You can shade it, make it look darker. Yeah, this is good. And over here, I have a little shape over here, a little bit darker, like that. This is good. And the bottom over here, I can make this a little bit darker by having a group of lines like this direction. Okay, it's easier to make it look darker this way. Good. Over here, we can have a little bit darker. Okay, and this shape, this over here, also can be a little bit darker. That's very good. There's a little shape over here. All you see just shape, shape, shape. Not just draw the line over there. The line serves the shape. And the top over here, also a little bit darker. I'm going to go with this kind of angle. Here you go. Yeah. That's good. Now take a look at this edge. It's a small shape. There you go. There's a little shape over here. A skinnier shape. After you have those shapes together, it's gonna look more and more look like the object that you're gonna draw. Okay. There you go. And take a look at this edge over here. We don't have to make the contrast between the hair and the face is too much. And here you go. I'm gonna use a little bit this pencil B. And here you go. I'm gonna have a little bit more clear line. Here you go, like this. And good. That's good. Like that. And a few more lines on the outside over here. That's good. Now take a look at right under the chin over here. I think the chin over here can be a little bit lower right here. And make this right under the chin, the neck over here. I can see this is a little bit darker, this two area. And here you go. That's just a little like a little triangle. Like that. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna draw a little bit out here. That's the shirt over here. That's good. I'm going to just keep a group of line. That's good enough. That's good. I don't have to draw too much on the shirt. That's just good. Okay, now coming over here, this is the shape of the hair over here. And this is a little bit darker. Just see what's lighter, what's darker. It doesn't matter what is it from the contrast, the shape, and we can see the texture and to see the materials, whether or not it's a hair or the skin tone and so on. Okay. That's good. And there is some thing come up over here. That's good. And then this side need to be grouped together, even a little bit more consistent, closer together. Now with this step-by-step process, with the edited details, this graphite pencil portrait drawing now is completed.